Okay, so for this, we are just going to do the front and back of this part of the notes, and you're just going to do the 4 practice problems. That's all I want you to do. So if you don't finish this in the class period, that's okay. We will kind of finish that up next time, but I do at least want you to get a start to this. So I'm going to explain a few things more about installment loans, but we've talked about some of these things before. How does a simple interest installment loan work? We've kind of talked about this already. Borrow money, pay back. So you pay the money back in equal monthly payments that should be an E, sorry, over time. And that's a predetermined amount of time. Could be years, could be less than a year, but usually it's over years. So monthly payment, I mean, kind of self-explanatory. Money you pay towards the loan each month. Money paid to loan each month. Okay, self-explanatory. Annual percentage rate is your interest rate. Okay, so your interest rate for an entire year. Okay, interest rate per year. So I'll add that in there. So I want to get to the actual math behind this. So I'll try and explain this as clearly as I can. How you calculate your monthly payment. We're going to use this table to help us calculate the monthly payment. So the way you calculate it is you take your loan amount, you divide it by 100, in this case $100, and you multiply it by whatever the monthly payment is for a $100 loan. Okay, and that'll be what you get from this table, right? Your total amount paid, pretty simple. It's your number of payments times however much your monthly payment is. Okay, times whatever your monthly payment is. So how many monthly payments you make times the amount of those payments. Your finance charge is your total amount repaid, okay, the total amount you paid back minus the amount financed. Okay, minus your amount financed. So you're going to pay extra. I mean, you're paying interest. So your finance charge is how much you repaid minus how much you actually borrowed. Okay, so what you borrowed doesn't factor in the interest. That's what we're going to be calculating today. So we just did down payments last time. Today we're going to bring things together. So you're going to get some help using this table to calculate a monthly payment. So if you look at the bottom, it says, using a table, use the monthly payment on a simple interest installment loan of $100 to find the value for each term and rate combination. So for the first one, find the monthly payment for a $100 loan with a term of 12 months and a rate of 11%. So I go to my table, I look for 12 months, I look for 11%, and I'm going to highlight this in blue. 12 months and 11% would be $884. So I'm going to go down here into this box, and I'm going to write $8.84. So it's just me picking out numbers from this table. Next example, a $100 loan, a term of 60 months, and a rate of 8%. So I look for 60 months, 8%. That's $2.03. $2.03. Monthly payment for a $100 loan over 24 months with a rate of 12%. 24 months and 12%. Right. Oop, I did the wrong button there. 24 months and 12% is right here. $4.71. $4.71. Next one, $100 loan, 48 months, interest rate of 14%. 48 months and 14% would be $2.73. So it's just being able to read a table and line things up in that table. Last one on this page, loan with a term of 54 months and a rate of 9%. So line up 9%, 54 months, $2.26. Now keep in mind, these are $100 loans. This is the amount we get to help us calculate our monthly payment. So you're going to flip over to the back side of these notes. And let me fix this to make it easier to see. But you're going to get a situation. And you're going to have to calculate the monthly payment, figure out how much you actually paid, and how much you've been charged in interest, basically. So we're going to highlight some things. This guy got a loan of $1,500 at a 9% interest rate. That takes 12 months to pay off. So to calculate my monthly payment, I take the amount of this loan, $1,500, and you're always going to divide it by 100. And you're going to multiply it by the amount you'd pay from that table. So you've got to flip your page back, and as you're doing that, I'll kind of explain. You're looking for a 12-month loan at 9% interest for a $100 loan. So from that table, look for 12 months and 9%. So 12 months and a 9% interest rate is $8.75. So I'm going to multiply this by 875. If you want to look back at your little table to confirm, that's totally fine. It's totally fine. So when I do that math, I divide 1,500 by 100, multiply it by 875. My monthly payment is $131.25. Okay, $131.25. So to figure out how much I have repaid, I'm going to take my monthly payment, $131.25, times the number of monthly payments I would make. This loan has a life of 12 months, so I'd multiply this by 12. So I'd end up repaying $1,575. So this last part is kind of common sense, but you have an amount you borrowed, you have an amount you paid. To figure out your interest you built up, you would take your $1,575, what you repaid, minus what you borrowed. This is pretty simple math, but it's $75. So that's how much you got charged in interest on that loan. So calculating that monthly payment is extremely important because you're going to have monthly payments if you ever get a loan for a car. If you ever have a mortgage, you're going to have monthly payments. Now, sometimes it's more complex than this, but I do want you to have an idea of what monthly payments look like and how to calculate them. So we're going to move to the next example, and then you're going to do some practice problems. So in this next example, I'm going to highlight some more things, but I'm going to use red this time. So it says Noah Lundeen obtained an installment loan of $3,700 to purchase a used vehicle. The APR, annual percentage rate, is 8%, and he has to repay in 60 months. So same process. To find your monthly payment amount, take your loan amount, divide it by 100, and multiply it by the monthly payment for a $100 loan. So this is the spot where you go back to that table and you look for 60-month loan at 8% interest. So flip back, look through that, see if you can find that amount. You find that amount, it ends up being $2.03. So when you multiply that out and you do all the math, your monthly payment for this loan is $75.11. You're going to use that to figure out how much you'd have to pay over the life of the loan. So I'm going to take my monthly payment times the number of months it would take me to pay off that loan. So 60 times 75.11. So for that loan, I'd end up paying in total $4,506.60. So to figure out my interest, I take what I actually paid for that loan, $4,506.60, and subtract the amount that I borrowed, okay, to figure out my interest. So when I subtract those two things, I end up realizing I paid $806 $1,000,000.60 over the life of that loan in interest. This is what I paid in interest. That's a lot of money in interest. So we're going to talk about how the life of the loan can really, really, really affect how much you end up paying in interest. Okay? So, using those two examples, I want you to go to the practice problems here, and I want you to take your time and work through these, all right, and see if you can do them. I'll post an answer key to help you. Just check your answers for this, but I do want you to really, really try to work through them and only check the answers when you're done working through them. Okay, so this will be something we'll go over next time, but I'm going to expect that you guys work through this and are ready to go, ready to move on to the next thing by next time. I'm not going to go back and reteach this entire lesson next time. I'm expecting that you're at least going through most of this video and getting the basics down so we can move forward next time. So this part, I'm not going to complete in the video. You will be able to check your answers for this in Google Classroom under the same assignment as this video is under.